Hello, chat. I this is the first edited intro I've done in like multiple years. I felt very inspired by technology connections crashing out. So to join me after showing a picture of Auschwitz is
I've been there.
have you really? Wow. Let's see
Oh
if I
yeah,
can
we
get you
could
back up
talk
there
about
again.
that. Am I
Well,
on camera even, or am
yes,
I
now
on
you are.
screen? Can people
Now
see?
you're on
Oh,
camera.
there. Hey,
Everybody
I
can see you.
shouldn't pick my nose then. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Sven Stoffels. Yeah, I've been to Auschwitz at some point. I did a whole. I went there and I snuck away from the tour to find the pool, and I took a selfie with the pool. It is there, in fact, the pool.
The pool? You found the
Do you
pool?
know that? I
No,
did find the pool. Here's the funny thing. So you go through these old barracks, these stone little barracks, and then they have like little museums inside with like a bunch of shoes. You've heard of the shoes and all this stuff.
yeah, I know they have the
And then
shoes
at a
out.
certain point, you go into one into the next, and all of a sudden, in one of them, they barricaded the back windows. I'm like, you know what? There must be a reason why they've blocked the window view on these. I bet the pool's behind here. And sure enough, it was.
I thought the entire thing was like a reconstruction. Or is that just the chimneys?
Oh, no, yeah. So there was like an autist on our tour, and they asked constantly, like, "So this execution wall, is that the original?" And then when you ask that, they're required to give you the facts. And I was like, "Well, no, actually, this one is a reconstruction." And it's really funny because they have like these Franco-Belgian style Tintin comics, like infographics next to it. And they literally, you have like these super evil Nazi cartoon guys. Like, it's like propaganda, propaganda posters next to the reconstructions. And yeah, I also saw the disconnected chimney as well, the smokestack.
Interesting.
And it is in
Did
fact
you,
not connected. I walked in between.
did you leave any copies of Butch Gilligan there?
I should have, yeah.
In case you're wondering, this is the shill segment. Sven is my boy. I own more Butch Gilligan comics than anybody else on the planet.
Than me.
I have like 5 physical copies of this book, and he's releasing the third,
Nice.
which will round out the arc. Now, the second one got very avant-garde, and so I'm hoping for some explanations as to what's happening. Okay, and I've been promised by Sven that in the third book that I will receive my explanations.
Oh, yes. And I saw your review. Thank you for reviewing the book. There was some confusion you had, I remember. In book 2, there is this moment where, in my head, this obvious fake out where Butch exits the hospital. And then there's this moment where he meets this crack-headed lady. And it's this obvious fake out where she turns around. And then you thought that was his actual wife? Now, that would have been odd if I resolved one of the central motivations of the character in such an unceremonious manner. That would have been great. That was like a gag. That's not his wife.
That's what I thought. I was leaning towards that, but I pointed out that I was a little bit razzled by that. I was like, "What?"
Yeah. That's why I'm clearing that up. But yeah, so Butch Gilligan 3, it's out now. We got the campaign is running right now. And we have the omnibus, which collects all 3 volumes into one big fat brick. And now during the campaign only, it's $50 during the campaign, and then retail is going to be $70. So if you ever were on the fence,
what site
is it? Kickstarter's the one.
Kickstarter 3? Okay.
Kickstarter, yeah.
There you
go. Yeah, we could watch the trailer. But yes, and then it'll tell you, there's some threads are going to get wrapped up. If Butch Gilligan was a movie, these book 1, 2, and 3, and this omnibus, this would be like the first movie, the first film, where it's like has like a clear narrative. Because some people were like confused or like used to more traditional Western comics, which are more episodic. Butch Gilligan is more like a running narrative, like a manga, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Sort of.
I once tried to look up the difference between Western comics and manga because someone explained to me that they do this thing in Japan. I think it might even be where the word manga or doujin comes from, where it's like a book of like smaller publications that they release together.
No, true, yeah.
And
Shonen
I
Jump.
was a shonen. That's it. It's like a collection of smaller stories. And I thought that sounds interesting. Why don't they do that in the West? I couldn't
Mhm.
receive like a satisfactory explanation for this why they don't do it in the West,
Yeah,
except that it's just like corporate greed and there's like two monopolies and there's no reason to do this.
yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so. That's probably what it is. And yeah, in Japan, there's several publications. Like there's more adult stuff. I believe Shonen is for more geared towards teenagers. Then there's Seinen, which like magazines that Berserk would be published in. And then yeah, these guys need to haul ass because every month they need to release. Or how often does that magazine come out? But yeah, they need to release a full new chapter. So that's why all these guys are like falling over with like their aortas bursting and shit. All these mangakas they die pretty young.
Okay,
They're
the
just
anime
chain
people
smoking and drawing all day.
the anime people are
Hmm.
already angry at me for this episode because I don't know their comic book structure. But I will play this is the trailer you
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Let's check it out.
Butch Gilligan is back. One city, one cop, 3 volumes deep. Ultra City has no rules. Every vice for sale. The system is rigged. Volume 3. It gets into blood. Tainted veins.
Do you do the voice?
2 exclusive covers.
Yes, I do.
1 per platform.
You're the
Missed
first
the
to notice
start?
that.
Volume 1 and 2 are still available
It's 'cause of
in
the
limited
accent.
quantity.
Fuck.
But wait, that is not all.
There it is.
Butch Gilligan, Omnibus, Art
Oh, it's
1.
like a proper book.
Volumes
That's
1
a
to
fat one.
3, all 3 books, 1 brick. Back it now.
It's going to be 376 pages, that one. All 3 books combined into one. And again, just during the campaign now, only $50 for that premium hardcover. So
Okay. So
go
that
get it.
is I'll put that back on. So that is on the Kickstarter if you want the book. He says that the margins on the omnibus are very low. He's just trying to share his comics with the people, try to get as many comics out as he can into the hands of the
Yes,
consuming audience to build a
exactly.
rock like St. Peter.
Exactly. And
Um
I think right now, after these 3 books are done, it's going to click. People are going to get it. Oh, that's what this is. You know what I'm saying? Because Butch Gilligan there's actually a point of view that you can't just enjoy Butch Gilligan. You can for the action and the comedy and the satire, but there's like some deeper subtext. This is one of those stories when you go back eventually and start from the beginning, you're going to start noticing some things, some deeper themes are brew.
like Fight Club. You watch it from the beginning, you're like, that makes sense. He doesn't exist.
Yeah, kind of like Fight Club. Yes, kind of like Fight Club. But it's
I've
not like he's not schizophrenic. He's not schizophrenic. I'll say that. Spoiler alert.
well the narrator wasn't schizophrenic. He was an amnesiac. Sleep deprived.
Is that true? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
I'm kind of sleep deprived. Is this? Are you my a
no,
figment?
I'm not real. I'm sorry.
Oh shit, shit. Yeah, but
Okay.
so yeah, Butch Gilligan, go check it out. It's on Kickstarter live right now. And yeah, go get that omnibus. You'd be crazy not to be honest.
Well, I've done a better job of, I think, of shilling your book than I have of anything that I've made or done in the last 10 years. As far as like asking somebody like, "Hey, I need to like sell books. Can you help me?" I'm like the worst businessman on the entire planet to ask for help from.
No, dude, no, I appreciate it, man. I really do, and I hope you're gonna review the omnibus or book 3 at least. So that's that would be cool
I
to see.
will, though I
I
may
enjoy that.
also end up reviewing Horseman
Ah,
at this
yes,
rate. I
of
was asked very
course.
specifically by you to read Horseman. I want to share
Yeah,
this because this is actually pretty funny. You pointed out to me that
yeah,
there's selling edition 3 of the Horseman comic. There is no omnibus available for the Horseman series on Rippaverse, but this actually surprised me because it's like, okay, you said this was a bad cover, but like there's like 8 covers that come out with every comic book, so whatever.
yeah.
Um, but this is like C B A. So these are what you have to pay like $50 for. If you want this one, you
Yeah,
have to
I
pay
see.
like
It's funny that
40.
cover D is the one with the semen thing.
Yeah,
Cover
cover
D,
C
yeah.
is $47. I don't know who the fuck drew this, where it's like 20 extra dollars for this specific cover edition of Horseman Episode 3. But this is the mass
Yeah, it's a
print
little
one.
egregious.
And as you can see, the mass print one, the one that they decided to put on shelves in front of people, is just called Seaman.
Yeah, I mean, and it's such a rookie mistake to have like to cover up your logo partially. Like, who does that? That's like such an obvious. To me, it feels like they did this on purpose to get like controversy. Honestly, because it's so stupid. Like, who would do this? It says
I mean,
semen.
if you're in the comic book store and you're perusing your options and you see this for $45 and then you see this for $15 or $17 or whatever, are you going to pick up Horseman or are you going to pick up the Seaman?
Well, I think I just every time somebody says horseman, it makes me giggle. You know what I'm saying? Because in my head, like what is a conception of this? Do you really think that Eric July, he's behind this, right? He's the writer, I guess. Uh, he
I thought he
really needed
stepped
to get like
back.
a
Yeah,
story.
he's not involved at all anymore. I think he just runs the business.
Oh,
Because I think what happened is after Black Comic Book #2, which I read, I reviewed that one too. I don't know if you saw that, but Black Comic Book
yeah,
2 was really bad. It was like nonsense, and I was really frustrated with it. And after that, I think I remember him releasing a statement where he said, "I'm not going to be involved in the
yeah.
production or writing of the books anymore. I'm going to hand it off to people who know what they're doing." So I'm not surprised to see that he's not involved in the writing of this one.
I mean, that's kind of the only interesting part. Just like this guy fumbling, like the badness of those books was the funniest part. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
Horseman, I just think Horseman came to fruition because they just went through a list of IPs of something like, oh, Batman's taken, Spider Man's taken. You know, I'm sure like every type of animal and man is taken, and for some reason Horseman was available.
wait,
I
we
just
were
think
coming
that's why it exists.
we were
Yeah,
coming up with funny reasons why this could be a thing, and you said
yeah.
you should watch like One Guy One Horse, which if you don't know, One Guy One Horse is an old internet shock video of a man getting fucked in the ass by a horse. And if I remember correctly, he actually
Yes.
gets rectal trauma so bad he actually bleeds out his ass and dies. And
Yeah, and
we
I suggested it would have been a better idea if Horseman's origin story is that it was about that guy of the famous one man one horse video, and he ended up absorbing like gallons of horse cum into his colon and somehow developed horse-like abilities. That's
My
where you
thought
were
was
going
that
with this?
they brought him back. They brought him back, and
Yeah,
after they
yeah.
brought him back in a mad science experiment, he was the horseman. However, I think I can actually glean where the name comes from, and it's less interesting. The main character's name
Oh,
is Hector Cabarrero, which I'm pretty sure Cabarrero is the word for horse in Spanish. So his name
that's
was
so
just
cool.
John Horse, and then when he became a superhero, he became Horseman.
See, you would enjoy, you like more the scientific explanation. I thought magical horse cum could have just brought him back to life and gave him like horse-like abilities, you know? And imagine if he's like he just becomes like part horse, like when you walk too closely behind him, he gets startled and just starts kicking you out of instinct, you know?
Yeah. You
He
can't
loves
stand behind a horse,
he
man.
loves to
He'll
eat.
buck and kick you in the face.
He'll fucking kick you in the face. He doesn't wear shoes. He wears like metal soles that he nails to the bottom of his feet. That would be interesting. I none of this stuff is in this book. This is just
I
another
mean, if
hero
you made
superhero story. Why do we
if you
need that?
made that book and you made it like that, like really emphasizing his horse-like
Yeah,
characteristics, you would at least sell to furries, right?
you'd sell to furries and you'd sell to people with a sense of humor. Imagine he has like a Mr. Ed style Batman voice, was like something like that.
I'm gonna say I like this one the
Like
most. It kind of because it
there's
got the
so many
goblins.
things there's so many things you could do with the concept of horseman, and I just know that none of that is being utilized. This is just another guy, just another superhero, you know, fighting crime. Do we really need another? There's no deeper meaning, no subtext. I bet he's not innovating in any way, shape, or form. There's no subversion of the genre. It's just another superhero. Like, I'm so sick of it. That's what the indie scene is, just rehashing the same tropes from the mainstream, but now indie. Like, what's indie about that? You know?
Well, it sold 14,000 copies, so it must be pretty fucking indie. This girl on the
Damn.
right,
That
I
is.
don't know if you can see this because well, it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to see on the overlay, but
The green one.
that looks AI. I'm gonna say that face looks like an AI face.
I can't see, I can't tell because it's a little too small for me, but could be. I don't know. Could possibly be.
Anyways, we're just seething about
Horsing
Black
around.
seething about Black Comic Book Man's financial success because apparently that sold 14,000 copies.
It's
We're
crazy. Yeah,
we're just not cut out for business, you and I. We're avant-garde
I know.
eccentrics, and we just don't belong in this materialistic capitalistic universe where
It's
Black
true.
Comic Books Horseman sells 14,000 copies.
Yeah, yeah. What they somebody called it like culture war bonds, which was a good term for those books. Like it's not
That is
really
funny.
art. It's just culture war
Yeah,
bonds. Yeah,
you buy them
you're
because it's
paying off
like
your
a
white guilt,
that's
right?
true. You're supporting a
Yeah,
capital B black owned business, and
yeah. And then you get to
you're
feel good
fighting the
about
danger
yourself,
hair leftists. Yeah, exactly. That's a good idea. That's thoughtful.
right? I think that's literally what it is. Because if you read the books, I haven't read them. I should do a review of ISOM at some point. I don't want
Yeah,
to pile on the guy. He's gone through enough shit, I guess. But
yeah. I hate even making fun of them because Vito and Dick made it so like unfunny for me to like make fun of Black Comic Book Man. But it's like I'm not gonna like say that the comics are great because the first one. The main
yeah.
thing that the first one does that's interesting is that there's like a thread to it that's interesting. He's trying to save a girl that's basically been like kidnapped and sex trafficked, which is kind of like a dark plot. Like people tend to stray
Mhm.
away from like sex stuff, like sex related crimes. It's kind of implied. It's not like in your face, but so it's like okay, I want
Mhm.
to know, does he get the girl? I read the fucking book. Does he get the girl? The second one, insane. The entire it's like in the first Butch Killigan, the wife is a big part
Yeah.
of the storyline. In the second one, you bring up the wife a couple times. In the second edition of Isom, literally never even mentioned this woman that he literally put the suit back on to go and find her, and at no point
He
ever is she
forgot about
mentioned
it.
this. Yeah, I completely forgot because it's not because he goes into like a
Yeah.
mid. He literally he, he literally goes to like a a medieval castle surrounded by a moat in the middle of
Uh-huh.
Texas, and then
No
finds like
way.
dark magic, like yeah, like magic spell books, and then goes into a literal cave
Uh,
filled with like fire monkeys and starts like killing like millions of fire monkeys. I'm not even no, I'm not
What the
joking.
fuck?
That's what happens.
That sounds. And this medieval castle is in Texas.
Yeah, it's in the middle of
That doesn't
Texas
make any.
because
It doesn't make any fucking
that's where
sense.
Black Comic Book Man lives. So it's like that's where it's got to
Oh
be. If he
yeah.
goes to,
Y-
which honestly,
y-
I'm being super mean by saying this, but this is also like a Christian comic book thing where it's like everything that happens in the Sonichu verse happens in Charlottesville, Virginia, because that's where Chris lives. And it's like,
Mm,
well, obviously, if there's going to be a big epic fight between the Sonichus and stuff, it's going to happen in Charlottesville because that's like the most important place in the
yeah.
whole world. So if you're gonna have a medieval castle filled with magic spell books and fire monkeys and
Yeah.
shit, you
Yeah.
gotta it's gonna be here in Texas. Don't mess with fucking
It's it's
Texas.
uh, it's sort of autobiographical. That's another. That's a sign. Like when usually you see left wing people do this, they have an inability. They don't have the ability of abstract thought. They can't. They don't really have an imagination. So everything has to come from their narrow point of view, their personal point of view. You know what I'm saying? So they can't really
Yeah.
come up with things, and that's why left wing comics and stuff like that. They're always very narrow, small. It's all always about their identity and like about their sexualities and stuff like that. There's never
It's stuff
any
that you can
grander
wear on
concept.
like a shirt. You know what I mean? It's like you
Yeah,
have to be able
like
to
a
identify
slogan.
this like in a video game how they emphasize like silhouettes and stuff so you can immediately do friend foe
Mm.
recognition and as soon as you like see somebody. It's like that with like their costumes that they have to wear to identify themselves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Yeah, it's the Mary Sue problem, right? With these, and that's another thing that you see. I don't know if we talked about this on my last appearance on this, but Mary Sue's, the problem with that is that they become, because it's a representation of themselves. It's autobiographical. characters like that cannot have any flaws, right? Because they're meant to be like representations of their ideology. So it would be bad for them to have any flaws. So they're all just flawless badasses. But that doesn't
Yeah.
make for very interesting stories. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
what's fun about a story is like what I do with Butch Gilligan. I put him in the most horrific situations and then try, and it's fun to see how he gets out of it, how he thinks his way out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like in the beginning of book two, where he almost gets anally raped immediately by a robot.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember?
I do.
That's fun. That's funny, fun adventure. You know?
No, people generally don't want to be anally raped, so when you see your hero facing imminent penetration, you're rooting for him. Like, how you gonna get out of this one, bud? It's like
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction. You don't want to see him get raped. It's
Yes.
like you gotta get the fuck out of there, bud. What are you doing?
Exactly. What greater threat is there than the threat of anal rape? I mean, I guess there's some more stuff, but yeah, anal rape is
Sorry.
pretty much is high up there.
I was drinking when you said that. I didn't mean to leave you in on that thought. No, I was sitting here
I thought you were
pondering.
thinking about it.
It's a good
Let me
question.
think.
It's an apples and
Anal rape
oranges
is
kind of
pretty
thing.
bad. Yeah, yeah. Mm.
So, has anything else interesting happened? I don't know what you want to talk
Is
about. You mentioned some things. I don't know if you want to like dive into that.
wait, what did I say? What are you alluding to?
You said like you moved or something. Like you were going to Jakarta land or something.
Oh no, I told you, yeah, I'm gonna go. You're interested in like silver VOC coins, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Silver history.
Yeah, yeah. So
This is
yes,
this
so
is my kickback.
I'm gonna go on a little trip to after Butch Gilligan is done. It's gonna probably be like because yeah. Oh, by the way, I should mention this too. When people back this campaign, this is like a done deal. Just like Butch Gilligan 1 and 2, they're gonna go right into production, and you're gonna actually get the book. It's not like most comic book campaigns where you're like funding this hypothetical idea that I have, and then maybe one day I'll get to actually making this comic. No, this is all done. This is a done deal. Okay, you're gonna get your book. So once everything goes into production, I'm gonna go on a little trip to Yogyakarta. It's called, I guess. And yeah, and I was looking up some of these little marketplaces. And yeah, I told you I could grab you a couple of VOC coins because I remember you liked them. But I don't know why we're bringing that up. I don't know if that's interesting for our chat to know about. But
It is. Are you are you
let
are
okay,
you
yeah, yeah.
are you staying in Indonesia or Malaysia? Sorry.
Indonesia, yeah. I'm right now on the island of Bali, Indonesia, as we speak.
Cool. Cool.
Isn't that good? You didn't know that? I thought you knew that.
No, you mentioned it. I'm just surprised that you've stayed there so long.
Oh yeah, why not? It's nice. There's no anti-Semitism laws. The weather's nice.
Well, it's a Muslim country.
Yeah.
There's a fat woman that I watch. Her husband is Syrian, and they're going in the neighborhood. They're going to, I think, Malaysia. It's not, but you can go visit them. it's
Malaysia.
the only, it's the only two countries
Yeah.
that they can go to because he's from Syria and she's from Canada. So
Hmm.
there's like one specific
I've
place on it.
I've been there. I've been to Malaysia a couple of times. It's pretty well. It's pretty chill. I will say this: in Malaysia, there was a lot of Indian people, which kind of just ruins the vibes. You know that you have those towers. I forget what they're called. That movie Entrapment was in there with Sean Connery. Remember that? Those towers in Malaysia. And I wanted to take a
Um,
picture, a selfie in front of those towers, but it's just swarming with Indians. And
they
yeah, it
have
just kind of defeats the purpose of taking a
like a
selfie.
not insignificant number of Hindu in Malaysia, right? Like not
Yeah, that
actual
too. Yes.
Indians, but I'm pretty sure that one of their islands is like majority Hindu.
No, this right here, the island that you're mistaking Indonesia with Malaysia now. But yes, this I'm on an Indonesian island called Bali. It's like a vacation resort island, and it's the
Why aren't you
only place
complaining about how
that's
many
not.
Indians there are in Bali then?
There's not that many. There's not that many here. There's a lot of Russians here and a lot of Ukrainians.
Pulling this up.
They're not as bad as Indians.
No, there's definitely like a bunch of Indians and shit on that island. I guess it's just not where you live.
I mean, I don't really. I've been here for like a year now, close to, and I don't really see that many Indians running around. To be honest,
Is that one
I
of the
think
best
what they
perks
did,
about living there? Is that there's no Indians?
yes, yes, what they did is they did this new rule where they want to get quality tourism, so you're required to show like your savings account. I think that filters out a lot of Indians. You
That
know?
was required of me to go to Australia. I tried to stay in Australia for like 6 months, like 10 plus years ago, and they're like, "You got to show me your bank accounts if you want." Like they made me pull up my phone and show me my savings before I could live in Australia for like 6 months.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing. I think I would encourage every country to do that because yeah, you're not going to get a lot of Indians.
When I first went back to the U.S. last year, I landed in Dulles, which is in D.C., and I had to wait in uh, arrivals, like international arrivals, for 2 hours because my luggage was on a different flight. And the
Mm,
day after, I was so physically ill. I almost had to go to the hospital because I couldn't get out of bed. I was like in physical pain, and that was my first encounter
mm.
with Indian people. Was sitting in this airport because there's not any in Serbia, so it's just like actual shock to my system to be surrounded by thousands of them
You
passing by.
and you think that's what made you sick? Because look, I was just talking about this to some people in my Discord server. Somebody was talking about the perks of when you don't book your seat, right? When you don't book your seat and you fly economy like most of us regular old folks do, you get filtered out into the back of the plane, right? And usually that's a pretty good thing because if the plane is not at full capacity, you can just hop into like an empty row, right? And you have like all these seats for yourself. Here's the problem though, when the airplane is full, they just put you anywhere. And when I was flying to Jakarta a couple years ago, they put me next, like in between an Indian family. And after I got off that plane, I had to go to the hospital because I got so sick. And it turns out I had like a bacterial infection in my throat. So yes, being into proximity of Indian people is like hazardous. Basically, is my thesis.
No, for sure. It almost killed me. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I made it back to the U.S. just to die horrifically.
Now, YouTube is ran by Indians, so you need to be careful, right? Or is the
Oh,
AI taking over nowadays?
no, no, no. It is ran by Neil Mahan, and usually for the YouTube segment, I don't know, you won't be able to see this, but I put a little hamster on my screen that
Mm.
is dressed like Neil Mahan, just to remind myself that I have to be careful about what I say. But
Yeah. What do you think about cancel culture? Is it coming back with a vengeance? Because people are really, I think they're getting a little overzealous. They think that we're like in the clear. I see it
um,
coming back heavy.
yeah, I mean, I think that if they win again, they're gonna like crack down really, really, really hard, like immediately.
Yeah,
So yeah, I
which
don't
they
think it's
will.
gone. It's gone away. It's just that the tech companies are like sucking Trump's ass right now, just because it's what is profitable. But
Yeah.
they have a vested interest in controlling people, and that's why they're passing all these voter ID laws right now, or not voter ID, but age verification things, which are effectively just ID to use the internet. And
Mhm.
yeah, that'll be used against us like in 3 years from now.
Oh yeah, 100%. Is this so you're pulling up this segment of the show is called Doxing Sven's exact location? That's what this is?
No, I'm looking at this on my own monitor. You can't see this on stream.
Oh,
You said
oh,
you said what fucking thing. I'm checking the map
yeah, I
now because
know.
I'm
I'm
like
joking. I didn't
second
even
guessing.
care. I didn't even care. Yeah, that's where I live, right there.
Okay, I'm not
We're
showing
looking at
this
a
on.
map of Bali. It's fine.
It
It's
looks
fine.
hot. Look, there's a Hindu temple right fucking there. I see the little
Yeah,
squiggle lines.
it is. It is Hindu. By the way, they have the annotation here is the little squiggly, but it's a swastika here. They have like swastikas everywhere.
You'll
It's
see the
pretty cool.
swastikas if you go to the one in Japan. They show the swastikas on that one. But if you're in the country, it
Yeah.
shows for those temples. It shows the swastika. That's
Yes,
interesting.
and in Japan they do the same thing. I think like probably some Jewish NGO was petitioning the Japanese government to get rid of the swastika because they annotate
That's funny.
temples with a swastika on their maps, right? On their tourist maps. And I guess people were getting offended by that.
Yeah,
Japan doesn't give a fuck anymore.
the Chinese Red Cross equivalent has the swastika instead of the cross because it's like their symbol for good
Fuck
fortune and
yeah.
shit. Yeah, so if you want
Hell
to,
yeah.
the Red Cross in China, I think to this day still operates with that.
Nice. It's a good logo. Let's just be honest about this. It's a great logo. Sure you're scrolling through Indonesia. What is it? Are you looking for Yogyakarta?
No, I know where
Oh,
Jakarta is,
oh, oh.
or whatever,
Oh,
but
okay, okay.
no, no, I'm just
That's where
I
I'm
look,
going.
I play map games, and I have actually played as the country of Majapahit, which is just this island from Bali up to here. And
Uh-huh.
it was an empire. You should know this since it's your adoptive country. It was an empire, like in the
Uh,
1500s.
all right. I don't know this.
Well, there you go. You better learn how to say
Well,
Majapahit too. You don't want to sound uneducated.
Maja. Shit. No. I have done that game where you have to guess the race, and I was surprisingly really great at it on my streams. You know that game where they
Yes,
give
I
you a
do know that
picture of like
game
a guy?
because I
Yeah.
I
And then
somehow
you have to
managed to
click.
guess that like a small like Siberian like Kamchalid tribe from up here. I'm an expert.
Dude.
I'm a level 900 race identifier. Okay.
Dude, I'm close to that too. I literally got like 99%. I was like, I was on a streak. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy how well I was doing at that game. It's a fun one.
Okay. Maybe, hey, for the next
Yeah.
Butch Killigan, what are you gonna do? Is it gonna be in Bali? They're gonna be. Is he have to kick out all the Hindus, all the Indians
No,
from
no, no. Yeah,
Bali?
well, for the people who don't know, Butch Gilligan, the story is he is the last cis white male in a future that doesn't need men anymore, basically, right? So, yeah, if you're looking for basically it's like a survival guide for like modern day chuds. So,
How
I
they
don't
get
know
rid
what
of
the point of
men?
that would be because everybody already well. There is an
Oh,
explanation for it. It's not in book 3 yet. In book 4, that's going to be explained. Because Butch is going to go. "Hey, where is everyone? Where's all the guys?" There is an explanation, but I can't spoil that right now.
I feel like
But
you're
yes,
kind
a
of
lot
making
of
shit up.
plot threads.
In the beginning
No,
of the
it's true.
first book, he was just like a cop or something, right?
Yeah, he's a DEA agent. So basically, in this, do people know? Why is that funny? He is a drug reinforcement agent, and then he wakes up in this degenerate, like neoliberal style future, and basically, narratively, everything is stripped away from him. So in this matriarchal neoliberal society, they have no more need for cis white males. And all drugs have been legalized, so even his role as a cop, as a DEA agent, has been stripped away as well, right? But there's
Yeah.
one drug left that remains unregulated, and that's that weird eldritch psychological horror compound that is tied to the disappearance of his wife.
And that's what the mask guy like injected in him. He got hit with like a syringe or something right in the first one. And that's what starts the.
Well, he is responsible in a way because he's the one who gets curious, and then he opens that coffin by shooting a couple of bullets into it, that case, and then that's when stuff pops off.
Anal Piss asked if it was set in Los Angeles because that's what he's picking up on this.
It's set in Ultra City, which is, you can fill in the blanks. It's basically it's
LA
a
is pretty ultra.
futuristic. Yeah, well, people asked me on the stream. They said, "Is it like a mega city in Judge Dredd? Is it as big as that?" And I said, "It's a gazillion, gorillion times bigger. It is the biggest city in fiction. I'll just say that." You know what I'm saying?
Look, the thing is, I don't think I
Yeah.
can spoil plot details in this book. Someone accused me of plot spoiling. It's like I don't think I can do that. I don't think it's possible. I think any information that I say about the book in regards to the plot will be lost on the reader immediately upon trying to start to read it. I think.
I guess, yeah. Look, there's a lot going on, and look, uh, people were saying a couple of the critiques or the things that people said. Overall, the reviews have just been great. You know what I'm saying? But they said they were disappointed. Where's Poncho? Or some of these characters that were like his partner, and like some of these characters that were set up in the first book. Spoiler alert: they all get reintroduced. They all come back in this third book. the second book was basically spent on the city, what happens in this modern day city. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I've said this in a couple of other podcasts that I've been on, but usually in media, modern day media, they depict this dystopian futures in Hollywood. It's always this staunch, conservative, extremely fascistic future. You know, like in Demolition Man, if you say a swear word, you get ticketed. It's like very like right wing.
Hmm.
In Butch Gilligan, it's the opposite. It's very matriarchal. It is a big technocratic, like a corporate-owned giant mega city that is run by like an AI system. So every single aspect of society has been taken over by little
Oh, that
cartoon
that
representatives.
okay. That explains the big robot factory in the second book. I understand. Okay, it's coming together.
Yes,
Your artistic vision is making more
yes.
sense to me.
Yes, in the third book, you're gonna have the scene of like Butch. He goes back to the police station and stuff like that, where he meets his old colleagues and stuff. And his the chief of police has been replaced by like a little cartoon dog, like an AI cartoon dog that's yelling at him. So he has to answer to a little doggy, a cute little doggy. And yeah, like you saw in the trailer, you have that toucan who represents media. Wink, 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 wink. That announcer guy. So the toucan represents media. Then you have the little bunny. She represents healthcare. The doggy is the police force. So every little aspect of society is like represented by a little like cartoon mascot. It's like pure consumerism, basically.
I mean, that's pretty accurate.
Extreme consumerism.
I
Yeah,
mean,
isn't
that's
it?
accurate even
I
in
predicted the future.
Japan. You could take this and switch it over to Japan. You just have to make them all anime girls because that's what they do already.
Yeah, but then imagine that like society, the people, the consumers, they're actually such fans of like the corporation that runs their city that they wear the merch of the of their corporate overlords because that's what happens in Butch Gilligan too. They all wear like the shirts and little keychains
Oh, I
of the
didn't pick up on that.
characters.
I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot of background detail.
there's a current trend that I want to get into at some point. I have to pitch this. There's a guy that I do the guy that co-hosts the Kino Casino. We do like little special
Oh,
side episodes like once or twice a month. And I want to pitch to him an
oh,
idea about a certain
Worski?
top. No, not Worski. PPP. The other one.
Oh, oh, okay, okay, the other one. Yeah,
the
yeah.
there's a group of people out there that are super into mascots, and it's like their whole life. And I'm thinking that would probably be a good topic for one of these streams because it's so bizarre to me how obsessed they are with like this like non-existent world because it's so obviously corporatist and detached from
Hmm.
reality. And it's just like, are you that desperate? It's like at the end of the Big Brother when he looks up at the mustachioed man and he starts crying because he truly loves Big Brother. It's like, do you have you just given up completely? And you're just like, yes, please God, give me escapism at whatever cost. I will give you my life, my
Oh
soul,
yeah.
my wallet, whatever you need. I'm there for it. It's like,
Yes.
are you hurting that bad? Is this really where we're at
Uh,
now?
Yeah, again, also in Butch Gilligan too. If you remember the fat people that are standing in line at the hospital, everybody's wearing the VR goggles, and they see themselves as like these second lifestyle anime characters. Do you remember that scene?
Yes, I do remember that. And
Yeah, right. So
I
there's
remember that they were all people of gender. They had certain characteristics to them that were being social commentaried on, and that was probably the
yeah,
most memorable part.
yeah,
It's
yes, yeah,
basically
yeah. So they're yeah,
it's just VR chat basically in real life. It wasn't much of a parody. It
yes.
was just a depiction of reality.
It is. It is sort of like that. But so you have these people that only come out. They all wear like exoskeleton legs because they can't walk anymore. They're all massively overweight, and yeah, they're like ambiguously gendered. You can't really tell what they are, kind of, you know.
Yeah, no,
But yeah,
they're right.
they worship they worship the big overlord corporation, and they all see themselves as like as uh as like anime representations. And yeah, the thing is, most people in the Butch Gilligan universe, the way I envisioned it is that they live in their little like containment unit. You know what I'm saying? They're sitting there and they play video games with which they earn like enough crypto points to keep the lights on. And they get fed through tubes, and that's basically what it is. Like entertainment, pure entertainment, 24/7.
Yeah, we're getting there. It is kind of a weird thing where it's like
We're
nobody in the
getting
U.S.
there.
produces anything anymore, and we have to just keep importing people from like India to run things for us, and
I guess that's
just
what we
just
have
hope
to
for the
do.
best. Every time I see something like, if I'm going down the street and I see like a truck that has like industrial equipment on it, it kind of makes me happy because it's like, wow, somewhere out there, people are working a real job. I can't, in my
Yes.
country, near where I live. I can't even believe it.
Yeah, isn't that crazy, dude? I don't know, man. Do you
I
think
mean, even
importing infinite Indians is a good idea?
no, I'm just saying that's what they're doing. Is that
Yeah, I know.
they just have to constantly keep replacing like a demographic that doesn't exist or doesn't work anymore, and they have to do that with
Yeah.
Indians who are then just gonna they're gonna enrich us with their wonderful culture and
Yeah,
generosity and
most of my American Man comics are about this, are about H1B1 because I love drawing
oh
Indian
yeah, we
caricatures.
should talk about that to top it off. Is
Oh, sure.
your
Sure.
America Man thing is like really popular on X. I see you
Oh yeah.
getting sparks. Are you gonna shift from Butch Gilligan to America Man as like a
No,
after
we're doing
this?
both. We have to do. Oh, for after this, yeah. Look, I'm still doing an American Man weekly comics. This week was a little slow because yeah, I'm focusing on a Butch Gilligan release. But yeah, American Man is going really good. I think we're at like 25,000 followers now within like a year. Um, and yeah, a lot of exciting stuff happening on that front as well. I've been talking to Emily Yukis too. She's innovating the AI animation game, and I'm looking at like maybe developing a pipeline to create cartoons for American Man. Which, by the way, if you want to get like behind the scenes American Man stuff and support American Man, you can go to americanman.com and subscribe. You get access to our VIP Discord where you can vote on characters. I don't know if you can pull that up because the people in the Discord they voted for Canada Man. Maybe you can show that if you go to americanman.com.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, there's some of the latest. We introduced.
Is
Well,
this the
that's the
page
new.
that
Yeah, wait. If you go to the left, that one. That's where we introduced Canada Man. You see that
what
the
number?
American Man 95. American Man
95.
95.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Okay,
Can they see it
so
on screen?
no, yeah,
Oh,
give me a second. I'm
all
operating this
right. All right. I'll give you a second.
archaic technology called OBS. All right. A man gets hit by a truck, a semi truck, very referencing certain events that are happening in real life. He says, you all right there, bud?" And this poor Canadian man, the most Canadian looking man that I've ever seen, besides this man over here, is the more Canadian looking man I've ever seen. Says, "Canada man, please save me." And he's got the bull moose hat. He's got the hockey stick, which
Yes.
unfortunately he's lost to America Man as of this week.
Yeah, true.
Says, "Take her easy, pal. We'll get you sorted." And then you are number 1349 in rescue queue. Thank you for your patience. And he does save. He does have the time, the ability to save one person, and he whisks away Mr. Singh to places
Yeah,
unknown,
I
probably
really.
Brampton.
Yes. Isn't that nice of American Man? He saved Mr. Singh. Yeah. Then there's another one. So people in my Discord they voted because I asked. I wanted to start introducing new superheroes, and yeah, America or Canada Man won. So yeah, that's why this guy exists now. And if you're interested in the influencing the future of where American Man goes, you can do that by subscribing at americanman.com.
You know, it's really interesting now that I sit here and I stare at this. There was in COVID, there were the semi truck like barricades that like blocked international trade with the U.S. And
Hmm.
then after, like immediately after that, they imported like 4 million Indians in 2 years, and now all of
Oh,
their drivers
fuck.
are Indian. And it's like, well, I bet you those guys aren't going to block any traffic to protest. They solved that problem
Yeah.
pretty easily, huh?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that was really smart of them.
Like,
Let's read the other. Can we show the other Canada Man one because it also involves
sure.
Indians. It's on topic. This one, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, read that one.
We have
Read
some
that one.
companionship. He says, bloodied and bruised, our heroes regroup after a brutal fight against anti-Semitism. American
Yeah,
Man says, "I'll walk off these injuries. Wouldn't want my HMO premium to go up." Canada Man says, "If only you were Canadian, you'd had free health care." And then he's waiting in line, bleeding out of his bowels. How did that happen? How did his bowels get
fighting
obliterated?
anti-Semitism. What do you think?
that bloodied up his bowels.
Yes, it was a really tough fight against anti-Semitism.
Is he just
Now you
constantly
might
on?
ask, what? Yeah.
He's just constantly on ice skates. You're gonna have to integrate that into the way you draw him. It's like that he's constantly skating around on inappropriate surfaces.
Yeah, some people were triggered by that. They're like, he's walking on concrete with ice skates? I was like, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, he just
It's a part
walks
of
on,
his
he just
his
has
kit.
ice skates.
Yeah, his kit. He
Yeah.
can always ice skate on shit.
Yeah, that's his
It's
one of
called
his
being a
little
fucking
quirks.
superhero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's Canada man for you. He's a real great hero. So yeah, I wonder what the next one's gonna be. Um, People can vote for that. I think maybe I'm gonna make Japan man, not a man, but a woman, like Japan woman, and it's gonna be like a big titty anime girl because I see that does really well. It does so well. It does really well. People love big titty anime girls. You
There's
know?
there's your market. You're finally getting the business acumen required to be successful in this industry. You need to make Japan woman and have her be ultra nationalist, and she maybe make her the antagonist. She's the enemy. She keeps
Right?
deporting all the poor people of color from their ethnically homogenous nation,
Yes,
with
they definitely
abundant
would
cleavage
like
while doing so.
Japan woman. Yes, I like that idea. I like that idea. We're probably
There
gonna
you
do that
go.
too.
If you become a
Yes,
millionaire, don't forget about me.
I won't. Well, thank you so much for having me on again, Josh. And people, don't forget to go get your omnibus of Butch Gilligan 3 right now. It's still available on the Kickstarter for 50 buckaroonies. We went up a couple. Let's get this up to like 225, guys. Let's go.
Let's hit the
That would
goal,
be
chat.
nice. Let's hit,
Okay.
yes. All right, dude. Thank you so much for having me, man. And yeah, I'm gonna send you a review copy once
Thank
everything's
you.
said and
I
done.
appreciate it.
All right, cool, dude. Hey, good luck, and guys, have fun in the chat. See you guys later. Alligator. Peace.
Bye bye. Okay. Thank you, chat, for indulging my interview. I have see, this is my thing. I like Sven, and I owe him. After all, he allows me to use his Gila Klein clip in abundance. Forever indebted to him. And I have to pad my interview portfolio. You see, I can only interview one BPD girl to hurt an innocent man who did nothing wrong every 5 interviews. No more often than that. So play the clip. Okay, I'll play the clip. Then I'll get into it. Wait, I need to figure out how to put this on something so I don't lose it ever again. Because I keep losing. This is it. This is the beautiful face of Gila Klein, my favorite. If you don't know who Gila Klein is, this should inform you. Sven also animated this. Don't forget. This is on YouTube, so I'm forced to assume that Neil Maham is okay with this. I'm just forced because it is on YouTube, chat. So I don't know what else I'm supposed to take away from this.